Welcome to Trading Lounge for the 14th of January and the Asian Indices, and starting with the ASX 200 here on the weekly chart. I just want to point out the bigger picture here a little bit. So with this move down through here, it can be counted as 5 waves down. So it could be counted first of all as a low in place here for this wave 4 here. So from this wave 3 top here, it still can be an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave down through here, and making wave 4 here. Now this would sort of match the Nikkei and the Nifty and so on in this instance. So we need to be mindful of that. But what we would need to see first is at least we would need to see, if this was the case with wave 4 here, we would need to see 5 waves up from this low here, moving up into the 61.8% retracement level. If we only get 3 waves up here into this space here, then we need to label it as a B wave, and then we'll see the market move down in another 5 waves here. So for the short term it doesn't matter, but obviously for the big term it does matter. So our main focus is really just on this particular structure moving in through here. So let's move in with that here. So pretty simple in terms of from this low here, an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. And yeah, you know, if we were going to call it an impulse wave to the upside, as in 5 waves up, we're not really, this would be labelled wave 1 then, and wave 2 here, and then this would be wave 3 here. So wave 3 is not really acting that strong, is it? I mean, wave 1 acted strong, but wave 3 is not acting like powerfully like it should be, like over here, these sorts of things here. So normally in a correction, the A wave is the sharpest, and then the wave C is a little bit lazy. So when a market comes up, if in a bull market, A wave will drop quickly, wave B, and then wave C will be on a bit more of an angle, and that would be the same in reverse as well. A quick bounce here for the A wave, a B wave, and then a sort of a slightly lazier C wave here. So we need to be mindful that the market can turn, and we need to count 5 waves from wave B here up into wave C here. And once we get to those 5 waves, then we need to, you know, depending if you're trading stock or you're trading this indice, then you need to start, you know, protecting what you have. And then we'll just wait for the turn, and we'll see what the turn brings as well in terms of its pattern on a small sort of sub-level. So, yeah, 4-hour chart, I don't think that's going to make much difference. One of the things here, I guess, though, is that wave A here is this length, because normally there's some sort of equality between these guys. So as you can see here, that would bring us, in terms of equality, it would bring us up into 5.9, which is close, well, sort of in the middle of the 50 and the 61.8% retracement level. The first main number that we're working with here at the moment is the 5,800. We always call 8 a profit-taking number, and we can see that it's certainly putting a roof on the market there. Obviously, it's got this old high over here, which will be a sort of mirror reflection there. But still, we're still expecting this to move up a little bit higher here. So on the 1-hour chart here, let me just get this into perspective a little bit here. So we can see from wave B here, you can see from this wave B here, that we've got a nice clear wave 1 here and wave 2 here. And then we're going up for the 3rd wave now. So the 3rd wave normally being the longest and the strongest, and we're getting that too here. So we've got a nice wave 1 here, a nice wave 2 here, nice wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 4, and we're looking up for wave 5 here to make wave 3, and then we're looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for wave 4, pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. We need to keep our stop out of the way for all of this, and then we can move up into that 5.9 area as wave 5 here. I'm having a little bit of a difficulty with this correction here. I can see that the, well, I've labelled an A wave and a B wave and a C wave in here, but the trouble with this C wave wave here. It only looks like it's in 3 waves here. Okay, so I've got a slight problem with that, and that just might make this the wave. Yeah, yeah. I've pulled it apart on a tick chart, and I just still, I still can't just sort of nail it down here. But what we could expect here is that a little 5-wave sequence up here, and then it folding back over, and then this is the normal pattern: the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, correction up again. So if you're going to go for the longer term, then you need to keep the stop out of the way. You may not even be in the market, but if you're going to get into the market, you still kind of really need to wait for this first high to come in here, and then the ABC, and then start to look at the next little trade up here, which will be sort of on this second high or this high here. Yeah, so that's that really. I suppose we should just have a quick look at CBA as well. So with CBA, this is the 4-hour chart here. I was looking at, let's just go to the daily chart. Being Monday, we can start. So from wave B up here down to wave C here, I was looking for 5 waves, and I've labelled it 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the 3rd wave. So I was always looking at this being the 4th wave here. So at this stage of the game, we've got this here as an A wave, a B wave, and we're looking at this as a C wave coming in here. So there's a good case for a top to already be in play here for this. So just on the hourly chart here, it's not really going to do much, but the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave to this point here, I'll just better go into the tick chart here and pick it up from that wave B. So from this wave B here, a little bit of an odd, I mean, I can see that from wave 2 here to wave 3 here, I don't have a problem with that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count nice 5-wave sequence there. It's a nice powerful strength here. A bit difficult to get wave 1 in here because of the gap, but I'm just assuming this is it here. As such. So the wave 4 also gave me a little bit of problems as well. I could put wave 4 here, or I could have this as an A wave here, an A and a B and a C for the B wave over here. And if that's the case, then we've got wave 5 top in play here already. The other count that I had here was this here with wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3 here, and I was looking at wave 4 here, but wave 4 is starting to come down a little bit too far now, isn't it? So will it still give me another move to the upside here? I'm not quite sure, or maybe I've done something wrong here. But one of the takeaway points here is that if this market drifts down lower from here, then really it's, I know it's a long way away, it's $2 away, but this is the 50-60% retracement level. So if CBA ends up under 70, I mean, obviously not today, but if it does at some point, then we know that this wave 4 is over at that point. At least that's something that we can take away. And I'll spend some time and have a look at the other banks as well. And yeah, I mean, this is 9% of the index, and the index is about 82% of the capitalisation of the whole Australian market. So there is pull from this, but let's just see how the banks pan out from this point. So onwards to, I'm going to go straight to the Nifty today. So with the Nifty here, this is like Australia, this pattern here too, by the way, where we've got, if we had wave 3 over here, then we can look at this as an A and a B and a C here for wave 4 over here. And it kind of makes sense. In Australia, it's a little bit harder to see this little correction moving up here as an A and a B and a C, but it's a little bit clearer here. In fact, if we look at the Nikkei for a moment, you'll see it even see it clearer in the Nikkei, just for a point of reference here. So in the Nikkei here, we've got wave 3 here, an A wave here, a B and a C here. So you can see where I'm getting that wave 4 from, being in this space here. For that, I'll go back to the Nifty now, but it's just an important little point that to work out. So with the Nifty here, it's possible that we've got a wave 4 low in here. But what we would need to see is we'd need to see any of these highs here broken at least to a move to the upside. And we will trade long above these. That one, Huey, Dewey and Louie here. Any of these highs get taken out, then we'll start moving in. But also most of the weight of your trade should go in once we've got 11,000 as a tested support. Anything can happen within this particular space here. We could also look at this as wave 1 down here, or even wave A here as well. So wave A or wave 1 here. So I just don't know this just yet. That's the main thing. The other wave 4 could be over here as well, where we have this as an A wave, a B wave, a C, a D, and an E wave into this point here. So yeah, look, for this market, it's really all about strategy. So I'm just going to go to the 1 hour chart here. I've got this as a bullish move here. We're on the, sorry about this, on the 4 hour chart here. We've got this here as an A wave, little A, B, and C for the B wave, and up for the C wave for wave 2 or D here. And we're looking at this coming down, and this could certainly drop here as well. So shorting these lows here is something that we talked about last time. So, I mean, you can see that we've got like a little bit of a triangle pattern. So taking any lows or highs with a smaller than usual trade would be the way forward with this here. The reason that I've labeled this like this here, I've got it kind of a mix here. I've got a wave B here and wave C here, but then I've got this as an A and a B and a C here, because I can count 5 waves up into this space, and I can count 3 waves back here. But if this is breached here, then this low here, if that's breached, then we're on the downside from that point there. But as I mentioned before, last time we spoke, we want that 1072 there, 10720 as the resistance, and then we can move lower from that way, because that way it'll be showing that it's moving down. But while these other markets are moving up around the world, this market has just really stayed within its range here. So we can just really take the breakout of the range when it comes in. It's a little bit difficult. This move down through here counts as 5 waves. So it could be wave 1 here. This looks like it's in 3 waves here. Can't really quite get my head around this one just here. This one's a little bit messy here as well. So I don't really have anything strong to go off. In terms of the bullish count here, we can look at it like this here, from wave 4 low in place here, with wave 1 up here, wave 2 here, wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 2, up for 1 and back for 2 here. But I don't really have any sort of stronger evidence to go off than this. I need the market to make a move in a particular way to show us the way to the upside here. And if it's going to move up, well, then it needs to take one of these highs out, because then moving this up here, then we can look at all of this being bullish. But if it drops lower here, then all these here can be negative as well, like down for 1, back for 2, down for 1, back for 2, and we go lower. But we need to see the market breach from that particular point. Okay, so moving on to the other market. So look at Hong Kong here for a moment, the Hang Seng. So from the top here, we'd been looking at wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and then all the way down for wave 3 and 5 waves down here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, which is all fine. The trouble with this is wave 5 here hasn't made a new low here. Below this one here. It's not that it's the end of the world. I can, in this here, get 5 waves out of this here, and scrunches up into the medium level here of 25,000, and large numbers do skew wave count, so I'm kind of okay with that. We're in slight bullish mode at the moment, but we've either got wave 5 here or wave 5 here. If this is going to be here an A wave here, a B wave here, and 5 waves up for the C wave here, which will take us back up into these sorts of areas up in here, this is where we need to be mindful. So with that in mind, we can look at this in a couple of different ways. We could look at it as an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here for wave 4. That will probably be a bit lower than that as such, so I might even just bring that down into this space here. So that could be the case when we move down from that point, or we have the 5 waves here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 to here, 4 and 5 here, and we've got wave 5 in place here. So yeah, we just need to gather more information on this here. But just looking at this particular wave structure to the upside here, just on the hourly chart here, from the low here, be it wave 5 or be it wave B here, we can look at this as wave 1 and wave 2, and the length of wave 1 here, put this to bottom of wave 2 here, we really need to see wave 3 move up into this space here. So I can count it so far with 5 waves all the way up to this point here. So it does leave wave 3 a little bit short here at the moment. So if wave 5 pushes up here, then it's probably likely to be wave 5 of C or 4. And also too is that if this is wave 3 here, then wave 5 is going to be shorter than wave 3 here. So that's something to consider as well. So the structure here, as it's moving up in its impulse waves, is diminishing in size and can turn down from that point. So if that's going to be the case, we'll know that when that's finished, then we'll know that wave 4 is in place, more so than wave 1 here. It can be wave 1 as well, as diminishing into wave 1, but it would probably more likely be wave 4 at that case. So, and the Nikkei here. So, yeah, look, with the Nikkei here, I mean, I've got wave 3 here with an A wave and a B wave here. I was looking for a C wave down through here. The rest of the world's not really showing me that we're going to get a C wave down here, because a C wave in this case would be down for 1 here, back for 2 here, and this would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and this would give us wave 5 here. It's possible, so wave 5 to wave 3 to here, then wave 4 and then wave 5 back here. So that would make wave C to the downside at that point, right over here. If I can move that here. And then that would be the wave 4 here. So we're a long way off from that at the moment. But I have to say that, you know, and with the S&P and a few others, we've counted this down as an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave here. But I have problems, you know, putting wave 5 top in play here for this market, because it's not really a clear 5-wave structure up through here, you know. So, yeah. We'll just have to leave the bigger picture aside, but not forgotten about, and work on what we've got here. But even this move down through here, being here, this move here has got 1 and 2 here and 3 here and 4 here. Now, this is probably one of the few markets that's actually keeping a wave 4 in at the right place here. Yes, it's above the 38.2% retracement level, but you know, it's kept its space here, because we've got wave 1 and 2 here and 3 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 4. Of course, we need to see it drop from, you know, basically drop from here. If it makes a new high here, then we have to go long, but also we'd have to reassess this particular move here, which is a little bit sort of tricky, really. The only other way I can see this sort of panning out is having this as wave 4 here and wave 5 here, but it doesn't really make a new low at that point. So that's also a problem there as well. But still, in terms of actually trading and taking money from the market, then this is what we have to do here. So if we look at this as the A wave, the B wave here, and the C wave for wave 4 here, then we can't see a new high come into play here, because we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up here. We've got our 5 waves for C or 4. So if we do make a new high here, then something is wrong somewhere else. But we should also trade that as well, because realistically, we've gone from being resistance to support over here. And then we've also got support within group 1 as well, which is 100, 200 and 300 here. So getting support on 300 makes it worthy of a long trade as well. So what I was thinking is that if it takes out this top here, just get a third or half or quarter of your normal order to the long side, and then when this one is taken out here or got near the equal highs here, or look at 20,500, which is the next level here, you can just work that level there as a trade. So that what that means is that this setup that we're seeing here in the bigger picture, how it arrives here and reacts and then finds support, the same thing here, and you can move to go in long at that point there. So yeah, we'll happily build into the long side based off this particular setup here. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.